Dear Thay, dear Sangha, dear friends all around the world and friends from Zoom, we have 41, 42 or 43, maybe more, because there are one screen that have few people. I saw that over there. It's there from China. Today is March the 16th, 2026. We are few of us in Joyful Garden Sangha House in Singapore, and then the others will be around the world, maybe Malaysia, Singapore, somewhere, Indonesia, Thailand, everywhere. Welcome to the fourth class. Will be the last class for the Mindful Breathing Sutra. And I would like to just invite everybody to listen to 3 sounds of the bell, and then we can practice the listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. And then put it down, whatever you are thinking, maybe about the future or maybe about the past, and then just wholeheartedly, 100%, we pay attention to our in-breath and our out-breath, and then allow your body to relax and have a gentle smile. I hope you still remember about we have 4 mindful breathings. Is related to body. The in-out, very basic breathing. And then the second one, do you remember? Yeah, following our in-breath and out-breath. And the third one, aware of our body. And then the fourth, calming or embracing our body. So you can do this whenever you want or wherever you are. You just use a very simple word. Breathing in, I know this is my in-breath. Breathing out, this is my out-breath. And then you can repeat the in and out. Like for example, maybe you are on the MRT, or you are on the flight from somewhere to somewhere. You can do that. And then if you are quite free, you can do maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Just do one is okay. And if you are a little bit diligent, you can do the second one, the third one and the fourth one. But it depends on you. You can arrange by yourself. Okay? So we also have another 4 breathings related to feelings, right? One, two, three, four, and then 5 and 6. 5 and 6 is I told you, is the vitamins. We have to strengthening our feelings with the joy and happiness. Even though you don't have any joy or any happiness, you just mention the word of joy and happiness, it might water a certain seed of joy or happiness inside of you, and see whether there's a joy or happiness, seed of joy or happiness inside of you being watered. If not, it's already okay, because the joy and the happiness is already good enough for you. Yeah. And then it's like we are sowing the seeds, and then the seed will grow later. And then the number 7 and 8 is the recognizing our mental formation or our painful feelings, and then embracing our painful feelings. Even you don't have a painful feeling at that time, is okay, because it will be very useful when the time that the real painful feelings arrive. Yeah. So we are like making a preparations. You don't wait until the painful feeling arrive, and then you just, I forgot to practice. Yeah. So you practice to make yourself ready to embrace, to calm down the painful feelings. Yeah. So these two you can practice regularly. There's 8 mindful breathings. If you can memorize them, it will be very good. And then you can use it again and again. And then, frankly speaking, like for us, we have been practicing for so many years, we continue to practice. It doesn't mean like after the class you graduated from this 16 breathing exercise. Or you want me to sign a certificate for you. Because nowadays people try to get a lot of certificate to prove that they have a class like this. Do you need to make a certificate for them? No need lah, huh? Because the important point is you practice it, not about the certificate. Actually, we practice in order to transform, not to get the certificate. So the certificate is actually not important. But if you really, really want, you can contact the Sangha house. I'm happy to sign a certificate for you. Yeah. But the quality of your practice that counts, not the certificate. You can get a 10, 20 certificate, but you don't practice, and then it's useless. Yeah. And then last class we talk about another 4 mindful exercise. It's about the mind. Body is very tangible. You can feel it right away. Feeling also, we have 4 feelings. Yeah, 4 breathings and 4 feelings. The feeling is quite easily to recognize, but the mind is a bit difficult. I lost the little thing. Okay. The body and feeling actually quite easy to recognize it easily when you have an emotion over here and then over here. And then if you're taking good care of your body, actually your feeling also will be stable. And then the Buddha always said we have to return to the body. Yeah, the first mindfulness, mindful of our body, return to our body. And then we aware, experiencing what happened in our mind, what kind of talking, what kind of mental process inside. Yeah. So we have to know first. You want to catch a thief, you have to identify correctly to make sure you catch the right one, or else you catch the wrong one then, right? So it means like you know what happened in your mind. Yeah. And then if there are too many unhappiness, we have to inject another vitamins, a new power There's quite a lot of deliberations. Deliberation means you deliberately invite the good seed, good mind, good thoughts to come up. That's why I call it a gladdening. And then you will see there's a pattern of a first two. First two is usually you have to strengthening yourself first. You see the feeling, we give joy and happiness at the very beginning. Yeah. This one, we know what happened in our mind, and then gladdening our mind, make it happy. Yeah. Invite there's a good seed in our mind. So you know what is different between feelings and mind. Feelings is related to comfortable, uncomfortable. Yeah. Body is related to your body. This is a mental process. Yeah. So mental process is quite easily you get lost inside. Yeah. So if you get lost over here, you can return to either the feelings or you can return to your body. Yeah. So don't worry, because even like us, we always get lost in our thoughts. Yeah. But because we have mindfulness, we have a breathing in, breathing out, we can recognize easily, oh, so complicated now. Let's return to the in breath and out breath only. Yeah. Then after that we can go, if you want to go to the feelings, can, or you can jump over here. No problem. Yeah. Even though when I give a class, according to the sutra, is go slowly from body and then go to the feelings, like the, what do you call it, a traditional and linear correct way to do that. Yeah. But don't jump around, huh? If you jump around too much, and then you will be confused also. But at the very beginning, usually we advise people to go slowly, step by step. Step here, and then go here. Yeah. And then we also have to liberate our mind, because because last time I also share with you about the notes, right? Yeah. When you meet somebody, when you hear some kind of voice, when you smell this durian, when I look at donuts, wow, that's also my notes, you know. And people try to fit my notes, you know, try to make my notes internally become stronger, buying donuts for me to eat, you know. So I say when I eat the donut, I totally forget about myself, because I'm one with the donut. But over here you have to be one with your breath. You are one together. You are your breath together. Because at the very beginning, maybe we think that, oh, this is I am. Take an in breath and out breath. It's okay. But slowly you will see you and the breath, no separation. You will feel it later. And now we want to talk about the last four. We call it the object of mind, OBG, huh? Of mind. We also have four. That's why it make up a 16. 4 times 4, 16 breathings. Yeah, the 4 breathings related to body, another 4 with feelings, the mind, and the object of mind. And then our teacher also sometimes say this is a perception. If you have the book, you can read. Because it's true. Using a different term for the object of mind is perception. Also phenomena. So it seems like this number 4 is the most complicated one. Even for us, we practice many years, we still want to look deeply and understand more. It doesn't mean like when I give you a class or teaching like this, you look at me like, oh, I'm very expert on this one. But I'm just making more mistake than you when I practice this. Do you believe me? Of course. We practice every day and then we make a lot of mistake. If you try to compare our mistake in the practice of breathing, I dare to claim number 1. Or I can claim number 2, but nobody can dare to claim number 1. Because we also make a lot of mistakes during our practice. But the things that we don't give up, yeah, So I also would like to encourage you, don't give up. Because this practice is very clear. If we fail, it doesn't mean that you cannot be success. But even like us, we success many times, but we still sometimes we fail also. Yeah. But we don't want to count how many failure, how many success. It's not our intention. But every time, can you see clearly what happened to your body, feelings, and mind, and your object of mind, your perception, or the phenomena? So actually, when we talk about object of mind, perception, or phenomena, the mind, the feelings, and the body also are object of our mind. So object of our mind is cover everything. You see, my body, my feeling, my mind, and everything. But you are also inside the everything, right? Yeah, the thing you see, you feel, yeah. So basically the number 4 is covered everything. But why the Buddha split the 3? My body, my feelings, and my mind. Because it's inside of you. Yeah. So we want to begin from ourselves, not from other people. Yeah. So you feel like this is mine and then others. Me and others, right? A lot of me, huh? So you have to take good care of me, take good care of you. Okay, this is a different perspective how to say it. Yeah. It means like taking good care of ourselves, taking good care of my body, my feeling, and my mind, and then the rest. The rest means included others. Yeah. So let's go into this a little bit complicated, and probably tonight we will go a little bit longer, a little bit. Where is it? Oh, over here. Okay, let me share the screen. Just a quick review. You can check this one later. But we will see the object of mind, the perceptions, the phenomena, or in the Chinese, it's called Fa. This Fa also Dharma. Okay, the term is Dharma, but do not confuse with the general Dharma. Okay, so the Dharma. So actually, Dharma has a lot of meaning. It also have a meaning of an object of mind, perception, or the phenomena. Yeah, and usually they use the small d. Yeah, not the capital D. Huh? If we use the capital D, usually we want to explain or to give the meaning as a teaching. Yeah. But this is not like because if we use the same word and then we get confused, so we try to make a little bit change so we can understand. Because when we say Dharma, and then you have to look at the context. Yeah. Context where the Dharma in the sentence, so we know that what is the meaning of the Dharma. Okay, let's go. Okay, now let's come to this quite confusing part. It's not only me that confused, that I'll try to make you confused also. I will push you into these confusions. Okay, just look at the most far left side. It's called Pali Sutta. Pali Sutta is mean like I quotes from the Pali scripture directly. And then this is the term that they use. The number 13 is the impermanence. We are contemplating about impermanence. Okay? And then we compare with another Thay Tripitaka, the Chinese text in the Samyukta Agama. The Samyukta Agama, because in the Chinese scripture they have a lot of variations. So sometimes if you are not careful, you also will be lost inside. But now our teacher quotes mostly from this scripture. Is called Yi Ming. Yi is a one, Ming is a clear, one clear. So under the different name, but the content is Mindful Breathing Sutra. There are few title, different title, and then the same content. We don't know why, don't ask me. Even the Pali scripture also, they repeat it few times. There's a scripture somewhere there, and then they repeat with the maybe shorter versions. There's another one, the longer versions. But the content is quite similar. Yeah. So in the Samyukta Agama, the Yiming, also talking about Jue Cha Wu Chang. Wu Chang is the impermanence also. Same, Okay, this part is quite similar, And number 13, Thay, I put the name Thich Nhat Hanh. So he just kind of say, okay, impermanence, correct. According to Thay, okay. Number 14, in the Pali scripture, I quote, it's called viraga. V is without, raga is mean desire. So it means without desire. But the translation, our teacher translated into disappearance of desire. Like also maybe V is without desire. But how come it's without desire? Of course, it's maybe the desire present first, manifest, and then disappear, right? Or transform. Cannot like suddenly appear like that, because we hold the view that there's cause and effect. Yeah. So that's why it's used the word disappearance. Yeah. That means there's an opposite, the manifestation or the appearance. Disappear is mean appears. And then in the Samyukta Agama, they use the word tuan. Tuan is mean cut. But the good translation is called severance. Severance means like to just split them. Maybe using a cut to split them. I don't know, can you start to see what is the relationship between disappearance without and the severance? Severance means you cut and then maybe disappear. I leave it for you to contemplate. I'll of course give you some homework, And then let's go to this Zen master, my teacher. This one is a little bit interesting. He used the term non-craving. Because I think, probably, I try to guess what my teacher is thinking about. The disappearance of a desire is a non-craving. So the desire and the craving is somehow identical. So the result after the disappearance of the desire is become non-desire or non-craving. But you cut it and then it disappears and then it become non-craving. It's a product. You see, the severance is like the doing thing. Disappearance of the desire is to explain to you the conditions. And then our teacher just say directly, okay, the product is non-craving. According to Brother PhapTu. Try to interpret the Pali, the Samyukta Agama, and the Thich Nhat Hanh's translation. But it's also need time to read our teacher, Don't think that I listen to him many times. Do you think I really understand him like totally cannot? Even I have to listen again and again, and I might not be correct, I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but let's contemplate together. Okay, let's go to the next one called, in the Pali Sutta, it's called Nirodha, or cessation. Maybe you remember the third noble truth. The first noble truth is the ill-being, the dukkha. And then the second one is called the making of ill-being. Is called samudaya. The third one is called the cessations, or the cessation of ill-being. But our teacher, he changed it into well-being. Cessations of ill-being is mean well-being. You see, the product. Number third, he just say the product is well-being, and it's possible. And then the term in the Pali is called Nirodha. Ni is mean no more. Rodha is mean turning. No more turning. No more producing. No more running. No more cycling. And then when we look at the Samyukta Agama, it's called in the Samyukta Agama, it used a different term. It's called Wu Yu. Yu is the desire. Wu is the without. So the translation will be desirelessness or non-desire. If I look at this one, it also feel like it's a product. It's a result already. Number 15, huh? So sometimes the 14 and the 15, we also need to look carefully. Different scripture, maybe they say something else. Probably they might want to say the same thing but using a different term. So this is what our teachers say. We cannot just refer to one scripture. Now we have 3. Huh? During my teacher, he will refer to maybe 2. Huh? The Pali and the Chinese. Huh? Now we have to refer 3. Huh? And then later, next generation, you have to refer 4. Pali, Sutta, Samyukta, Thich Nhat Hanh, brother, PhapTu. The four column. But don't follow mine. Just follow our teachers. Enough, I think. And then how Thay translated this cessation, Nirodha, or the desirelessness, he used the term Nirvana. So I quote the terms is from the book Brief You Are Alive. Yeah. I think maybe also he want to say that when all cease, the cessation, you don't no more desire. I think this is a state of nirvana. Do you think that nirvana is the final state? You can say yes or maybe no. Because many times I heard he say we can experience the nirvana in the present moment. But maybe that a little experience of nirvana, we not able to prolong it. It's just maybe that short moment, nirvana. You see, I went to Kallang River many times. When I arrived there, nirvana. I feel like, this is like a bliss. Until somebody, ting, 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 ting. Why you disturb my nirvana? So the disturbing mind, the the notes, because Kallang River over there is a lot of people running and riding a bicycle. And then the last one, and the Pali Sutta can be translated into letting go. Patini Saga, and then the Samyukta Agama, it say Mie. Mie is mean you imagine a candle. I do that one. The candle no longer burning. But somehow this Mie in the Samyukta Agama is number 16 and the Pali is number 15. Oh well, this is maybe we need a professor or somebody would like to go deep into it and try to find out what happened with this translation. But if you look at the Chinese term, it's called Mie. Mie is mean like extinguish, correct? Yeah. And also somehow, actually, a lot of term when they use a Mie or extinguish, it also mean nirvana. You see, Master Zen Thay, he put it at number 15. I think Thay still look at the Chinese translation and the Pali, and the number 16 he followed the Pali letting go, and then he changed the cessation into a nirvana. So this is also kind of mystery for me, and then I hope it's also become a new mystery for you. This is just a quite interesting fact. If we put together with the other scripture, maybe we will find out something else, but for the moment is enough. Yeah, because our teacher say, when we study this kind of scripture, especially for the meditation, we have to check the Pali versions, and then we check the Chinese version. Maybe also next time I can compare with the other Chinese, because Chinese have few versions. We can put it there and see how it differ. But I really believe our teacher he has went through so many scripture, reading here and there. He's a scholar. He liked to read a lot, I have to say, because during my time in France, I considered myself quite lucky because I know how to drive. And then luckily, my driving license, I have driving license. My driving license can just apply international driving license, so I can drive in France. So there are many times I'm quite lucky, fortunate, because we don't have many drivers. So I'm one of the driver that being called to drive Thay. From sometime the short road is usually from Upper Hamlet to Lower Hamlet, or sometime from Upper Hamlet to New Hamlet, or to go a little bit further, we have a little hut. It's called a hermitage. So sometimes I also have to drive him there. And then the moment he hop into the car, he usually wear this OI jacket, and then he will just pull out a little book, and then while I'm driving, he's reading, like very relaxed, many times. So I think in his pocket always has something to read, or sometimes he read a letter, because he encouraged us to write a letter to him. But I wrote many letters to him, but never got any reply. But mostly he replied during his Dhamma talk. So sometimes we listen to his Dhamma talk. I think I asked him in the letter. Now he say in the Dhamma talk. Luckily he didn't mention my name, Or else very shy, because there's certain issue with Thai. We don't understand this one, and then we write a letter, Because sometimes we are in doubt whether he read our letter or not. Because, he has a lot of students, In France, maybe Upper Hamlet, Sanha, put it together, maybe 70 people, Lower Hamlet 50, put it all together, maybe 150 is monastic. It's only monastic. And then can you imagine the lay students? They also send a lot of letters to Thay. Yeah. And then it's so sweet. After a few years, he received more and more Chinese letter. I think Thay is lazy. He called me few times. He called me, okay, you take this letter and you read. He asked me to read the letter. I was so scared. And then after you read, you reply on behalf of Thay, he said. Wow, I said, how can this little monk and reply on behalf of this Zen master? There are a couple of times like this. Yeah. So I have to be a Zen master to read and to reply. Somehow it's a little bit scary, but he trusts. He said, come and you read and then you reply. Please, he say like this. Please ask the Thay inside of you to reply. He said like that. So I had to breathing in, Thich Nhat Hanh in me. Breathing out, Thay, please write. To write for him, yeah. But usually I will send a copy to him to read also. Yeah. How I reply the letter. I think it's kind of maybe the teacher want to try whether this student make a progress or not in the practice. Yeah. I don't give you homework, or I only give homework in the 5 mindfulness trainings program. Or this one, I only ask you to go to watch a video. That one easy. That one, I ask them to write a journal. Okay, let's go. There's quite a lot of number things that interesting. It's not running. Okay, let's go to the. Yeah. Need to fix a little bit. Okay, wait me. 1 minute. This is called not very mindful. So we are okay. Maybe this one is okay. So this is an object of mind. Okay, let me share once again. So over there, oops, press the wrong button. So we have contemplating about impermanence. Everybody, all the 3 subjects similar, and then finally I have to come to use this version because it's according to the books. Yeah, impermanence, non-craving, nirvana, and letting go. So when we talk about object of mind, mind cannot arise if there is no object. That's why our school called mind only school. Mind only school. In Chinese it's called 唯识. Or sometimes we call manifestation only school. Yeah, manifestation only school. So what is meaning of object of mind? You use your 5 senses to contact with something, and then it becomes the object of your mind. And then it's included, for example, all physiological phenomena. Physiological. It means it's related to your breath, your nervous system, your sense organ. Yeah, your physiological is mean your body. And then it's also included all psychological phenomena. You see, that's why I say the body, the feelings, the mind, the feelings and the mind actually. The body is the physiological, but the feelings and the mind or thoughts or consciousness is psychological. So it's correct, like I say, the mind, the feeling, the body is the object of our mind. Everything is object of our mind. Yeah. And then physical phenomena, the earth, the water, the grass, trees, mountains, river, are object of our mind. So it's included everything in this world. What I can say is everything. And let's see the impermanence. So why is important to contemplate about impermanence? Yeah. So we want to shed light on the ever-changing, impermanent nature of all that exists, everything. Can you find something Can you find something permanent in this world? The only thing that permanent is the impermanent, you say. You can do like, but the other people there in the Zoom, they still need to contemplate whether this word is correct or not. So there's some kind of conclusion behind my head, our head, not my head only. Somewhere there, it say everything permanent. We want everything to be permanent, right? I want you to love me forever, don't change. That's totally impossible. I want to be always forever young. Only the song, huh? But the young is not possible. Yeah, the song, yeah, of course, go forever young, but cannot actually. Yeah, it's changed. Yeah. So either the physiological, the psychological, and the physical. So this object of mind feeling like you are study philosophy. Yeah, so you are very easily get lost inside. Do you think those philosophers they have to think a lot, and then they lost in their mind? That's why our teacher say when he make a jokes on the René Descartes, René Descartes, he say, cogito ergo what? Sum. I think, therefore I am. But he say, but the Zen master say, no. I think, therefore I lost. Because he think that maybe I want to determine my existence by thinking. If you don't think, you don't exist. If you don't know you are thinking, do you think you exist or not? Oh, this is very philosophical. Okay, I don't want to go inside. Let's come back to the impermanence. And then there's a few questions our teacher would like. Sometimes he also asks, what is the relationship, the interbeing, the interconnectedness between impermanence and emptiness, for example. But we have to know what is emptiness. Emptiness means that something cannot be by itself, cannot just suddenly come up. So you need the impermanence for things to come together, right? If you're permanent, things cannot come together. Yeah. So when things come together, it means it's emptiness. It means like that thing cannot be by itself. This clock cannot be by itself. It has to need a plastic, battery, what else? All kind of elements there. They put it together. So this is called emptiness. Cannot be by itself. But this thing also in the sense of impermanent, right? Because of permanent, we can put things together. Because of impermanent, we can 拆掉. We can dismantle. Okay, we can dismantle this clock, right? If permanent, then I cannot dismantle it, right? Yeah. So you see, there's a connection between impermanence and emptiness. Then what is the connection between impermanence and selflessness, without self? Just now we're talking about sunyata or emptiness is a general emptiness, but selflessness is mean related to me, to my feeling, to my eyes, to my ears. Brother PhapTu is like this, correct? If I have a long hair, do you think it's Brother PhapTu anymore? No, I'll go back to my passport name. You see, right? So there's a relationship between the impermanence and me. Because it's impermanent, from that Indonesian boy become monk. But it's also impermanent from monk return to that boy is not possible. Return to another grown-up people. Possible. What is the connection between impermanence and interbeing? Is very clear. Interbeing can happen when there's an impermanence. Interbeings mean there's a connection. Yeah, a connection, interconnectedness. And how about with the signlessness? I think everything has a relationship with impermanence. Yeah. Sign is mean you can look at something, then it has sign. That's why he used the word called xiang. Yeah, wu xiang. And then there's another one called wu yuan. Xiang and yuan is related to our mental formation, related to our thoughts, related to our mind. And then it say all our mind is like a river, keep flowing, so it's impermanent. Clear, right? And then in the books called The Heart of a Buddha's Teaching, Thay mentioned about 3 kinds of impermanence, 3 levels. The first one is called chana wu chang. Chana is mean like very short, instant moment. That's what we call momentary impermanence. You look at this clock. Okay, look at this clock, dear brothers and sisters. Maybe you think that this is permanent, right? Because you cannot see the momentarily changes inside. The battery keep running, you know. So it's impermanence already happening there. Every chana is very short, instant moment. But our eyes look at it, no, it's still very good. It's permanent. So you secretly, you silently make a conclusion that this is permanent without you knowing it. Right? You do like this means correct. But when, I give a different example. When we observe breathing or our feelings deeply, we begin to see that experience is flowing and not fixed. A lot there. So that's why if you contemplate on the breathing in and out body and the feelings, actually at the same time you can enter the realm of this object of mind already. Can. Just by in and out. Because many times I just breathing in, I know this is my in breath, breathing out, this is my out breath. Suddenly, the understanding about impermanence is so deep. And then sometimes I have to repeat after Thay. He said, long life impermanent. You know why? Not long life the king. Long life impermanent because our breathing can in and out due to impermanence. Yeah. Nothing fixed. Yeah. The second one called impermanent of stages, life cycle impermanence. Things change through stages or phase over time. For example, long time ago, the Joyful Garden Sangha, they don't have anything. They have to borrow. They have to rent a space for hosting their activity somewhere out there. After some time, few people give an idea, and then they, raising fund to ask people to support, and then we rent the space over here, right? It's different phase. And then after 2 or 3 years later, we don't know what's going to happen next phase. Yeah, maybe we're going to have a physical building. I don't know. Don't ask me. Understanding this help reduce attachment to use, possession, and condition. If we attach to the condition of a joyful Sangha garden before that we have to rent there, maybe we will not have this space. If you attach to this space, it's up to you. You can or you cannot, it's up to you. So it's meant to reduce the attachment, because the attachment actually the one to bring the suffering. The third one is called impermanence of categories or forms. This refers to the transformation from one type to existence into another. Yeah, this is the Thay really, he share a lot of time, like clouds become a rain. Or maybe the water from the pond or river, flow to the sea or evaporated and then become the clouds. And then the clouds, when the rain back to the river and to the oceans again. You see, this is quite a different form, changing form. This perspective helps us to see interbeing, the connection, because we tend to see that the rainwater and the seawater, they're different, right? But if we look deeply, we will see how they connect to each other, the interbeing. How everything continuously transforms into something else. Our feelings, our minds, our body continue to transform, to change. So this is just a perspective for you to look at the many things. So if you have deeper level of understanding about this impermanence, I think the way you look at things is quite different. So when we breathe in and out mindfully, we may notice the breath arises and disappears. That's called the chana uchang, the momentarily impermanence. The body ages through times. You're not going to go to sleep tonight and then tomorrow morning you wake up with a lot of gray hair, right? Or it's not possible for me to tonight I go to sleep and suddenly I have a long hair, right? Cannot, right? But it changed. Yeah. After this year and then next year you got another age, Maybe you are 30 and then you become 31. Yeah. The body itself is food, water, earth, becoming a human being. Right? We have a heat element, we have water element inside of our body, we have earth or solid elements in our body. For sure, I have curry in my stomach for now. I have curry, I have bread. Lunchtime, I ate one piece of donut. So my body have donut inside. What do you have inside your body? It's make up your body. Yeah. So maybe now I want to ask you about notion of impermanence versus the insight of impermanence is very different. The notion is you mostly using your knowledge. Yeah, knowledge. But it's not bad at all. But our teachers say the notion can become a new obstacle for you. We need it, but we cannot rely on it fully. That's why we have to use the present moment mind to feel it, to go through one by one and then to see the impermanence. Because to explain impermanence is maybe can be, I can say easy, but to experience it, having a deep insight of it can be two different things. I can explain impermanence very well. And then suddenly my phone disappeared. That's a real impermanence. Then I had to, wow, who stole my phone and things. Yeah. Then I cannot handle the emotion of impermanence because things disappear. See? Looking in the terms of time, we say impermanence. Yeah, see? It's been like time. It's terms of time. So we have time and space. So if we say, looking in the terms of time, we say it's an impermanence. But looking in the term of space, we say it's a non-self. So for you to contemplate. Contemplating non-craving, or in the Chinese they call it tuan. The 14th exercise allows us to recognize the process of a disintegration of all dharma. Dharma is the phenomena or object of mind. So that we are no longer possessed by the idea of holding onto any dharma, any object of mind or any phenomena as an object of craving or desire. That's why we want to cut this desire. And then don't look at it as a separate self-entity. So in the one book I read is very nice. It's described about, maybe let's go inside the craving and the desire. The 5 desires are being wealthy. Everybody wants to be wealthy, right? Being beautiful, everybody want. You see people selling cream, plastic surgery, What else? Certain pills, certain, what they call it? Cream, masker, not masker. What is that? Face mask. So you have to peel it out and then they put it somewhere there. Or sometimes they put cucumber. They want a shiny skin, they buy a lot of, cream or something. Or they want to change their face, What do you call it? Plastic surgery? I don't know why they use the term plastic. They put plastic inside? Plastic, Oh, kind of scary, I don't want to put plastic on my face, But there are people saying that my nose is not beautiful. They want to make some kind of a new nose, crazy people right now. Or they want their eyebrow, My eyebrow is not very thick, So they draw something. I heard they can tattoo, Tattoo, Really, Wow, never think of that thing. So scary, Because according to them, if I don't tattoo, my eyebrow is not thick, then I'm not beautiful. If my nose is not like the Korean singer, is not beautiful. So the desire, the craving, you feel like you cannot be happy without those things. Being ambitious is like looking for fame, fame. Like us, we don't need fame. As a monk, Thay say, as a monks and nuns, we have to good at hiding, the art of hiding. If you show up too much on the Zoom or on the social media, you will become very busy, and then you slowly cannot practice. You cannot focus on the practice. That's why many people, after they listen to the Dhamma, wow, brother, you give a very good Dhamma talk, please allow me to add you as a friend or follow you in the Instagram or something. Please tell me your Instagram. I say, I don't have. And then they so disappointed. How come you don't have the Instagram? How come you don't have TikTok? Why I have to have one? No need. But for you it's okay, because you want to sell or something. You want to become famous, you can do that. But for a monk, maybe no need. But especially personal one. We are not looking for become a beautiful or become wealthy. Because as a monk, we have to observe a precept is called poverty. Poverty is mean like living simply, Even a buy ticket, I have to buy make sure not to spend too much money on this flight ticket. Because this is like a very strong advantage. I cannot call it strong, but Thay just emphasize, all the monks and nuns, please listen. If you can go with a cheap flight, please go with that. Because we don't want to waste our merits. Yeah, because going by a flight, if you're going by a first class or something, we are wasting our merit. We don't need to enjoy such good things. Yeah. Or just buy a medium standard one. I remember one time, Thay said he need to fly from France to India. He told the organizer, please buy me a regular flight. Because Maybe the organizing team in India know that Thay is quite old, so the organizing team want to buy the best seat, the first class for Thay, but Thay refused immediately. Please don't buy me the first class. So he is giving a real example for the disciple to follow. But for you also, no need to buy a very expensive one. If you only fly for 1 hour, why you have to with a big chair with a big screen? No need. Save money. Finding pleasure in eating. Oh, this is very difficult one. Especially in Singapore. Everywhere good food. Everywhere restaurant. Everywhere hawker. Everywhere supermarket. You just walk like 3 minutes and then you say, oh, this is a restaurant, nice one. You walk a little bit, there's a supermarket there. That's why we don't like to go out. Stay home, I think, is more safer. Because a lot of people finding pleasure in eating, including me, especially eating the thing that I like. But now I enjoy vegetarian meal a lot. So everybody, if you not yet eat a vegetarian, you can try a lot of very good vegetarian food. And being lazy. I think this new translation just be very polite. Written down being lazy. You know the original word? Sleep. It means you sleep whole day. Good for nothing. But a lot of people sleep all the day, but the money come in. Maybe there's a big investment or something. So these 5 desires, please take a look into it. I know it's quite challenging in a country like Singapore. If you take an in-breath and out-breath, and then you see really you need to buy it, to eat it or not. Then you make your own decision. Have a good luck for that conflict, internal conflict. Buy lah, it's okay lah, cheap lah. Once a while. I haven't eaten for 1 month already, just buy one. After you buy one, you buy the next one. Because sometimes they put something with something else, is make you buy that one and then buy the the neighbor. And then at the end you buy a lot of things. I'm not saying this because people doing business, they have to think, right? Okay lah, don't talk about it too much. So all dharma or phenomena pass through the stages of birth. This is what Thay said in the heart of a Buddha's teaching. Birth is mean the manifest. Everything come together. And then duration mean it just will stay for some times and then it's transformed, it change. Same as your feeling, comfortable feeling, uncomfortable feeling, they come. And then stay for a while and then it change. After the comfortable feeling change and then you feel suffer already because you want this comfortable feeling to stay with you forever. It's not the impermanent that make you suffer, but the desire to wanting, the desire that wanting this comfortable lasts forever. Do you think it's happened behind your head? When it's changed and then you suffer. And then when it disappears, you crave for it. You want it again and again. So remember, a lot of feeling, anger, manifest, stay for some time, and then change. If we practice breathing in, breathing out, it's transformed. Very good one. And then it will disappear. Don't worry, everything will change. Okay, this is just a text that I quote from the books. I want everybody to listen to one sound of a bell, and then you can close your eyes. I would like to read you slowly, let you savor this text from a king from 13th century in Vietnam. I heard this is a quite famous king, and I think some part of his life is become a monk during that time. The king become a monk is wonderful. Thailand also have a king. Also became a monk for some times. Yeah. Okay, let's listen to one sound of the bell. You would like to close your eyes and observe our in-breath and out-breath. Lesson in emptiness. Formerly glowing cheeks and pink lips, today cold ashes and white bones. Position, renown, thought unsurpassed, they are but part of our long dream. However rich and noble you are no less impermanent. Jealousy, pride, and self-clinging, but self is always empty. Great strength, ability, and success, but in them is no final truth. Since the four elements come apart, why discriminate old from young? Crevices erode even mountains. More quickly the hero is dead. Black hair has hardly grown on our head, when suddenly it has turned white. Our well-wisher has just departed. A mourner arrives on our death. The 6-foot skeleton of dry bones. With the effort it sick reaches. This wrapping of skin containing blood suffers years after years, just because of attachment. Let's listen to one more sound of the bell. I feel like this is a very long Dharma talk, even it's just a poem by the king, feeling like he's giving all the teachings about selflessness, about impermanence, about death, about alive, about good and bad. Feel like everything inside there. If you want to know more about the king, you are welcome to find out. Maybe we think that the poem just now feel like a little bit, what do you call it, pessimist, or bring you a lot of heaviness. Maybe, dry bones, death, or something. Even black hair will not grow on your head anymore. The one who grow is the one, you call it gray hair or white hair? White, Not gray, Anyway, both are the same maybe. Even though maybe you feel like is bitter, but medicine may be bitter, but it can heal our sickness. Maybe we hear, "Ayo, so scary." You talk about bones, you talk about blood, you talk about gray or white hair. But if we receive those words with calm, peaceful, it will become a very good medicine. So it's depend on your readiness. If you're ready, everything become your source of transformation, your understanding, your insight. It can become an insight. What the kings want to share is everything about reality. So even our teachers say reality may be cruel, very cruel, because a lot of people, they don't want to hear the reality. Yeah. They rather listen to the not the reality. Maybe they don't know the reality is better for them, they say. But actually better to know the reality, even though it's cruel. But to see things as they are is the only way to heal ourselves. So it's taken from the Breathe You Are Alive, from the books. Okay, now let's go. Okay, this is because there's so many things to share. So I try my best to. Please be patient now. I see still 45 people there. Okay, thank you. I've read, brother, talking about what? Okay, just leave the meeting. Okay, the next one, our teacher say is the nirvana, and then the Chinese translation is the desirelessness. Yeah. This exercise helps us to free ourselves from the intention to grasp on the four notions. Okay, this one, our teacher, he mixed with the Diamond Sutra. You see, we explain, we share with you about this Pali scripture, but he mixed the explanation with the Diamond Sutra. Vajra Chedika Sutra. Prajna Paramita Vajra Chedika Sutra. Chinese call it Jing Kang Jing. Very confusing. At the first time I read it, this keep repeating and I don't know what is the essence. So after some time I just closed the book. I cannot read anymore, because our teacher also gave a commentary on this Diamond Sutra. It's called the diamond that cut through illusion, I guess. Yeah. If you want to taste the confusion of Diamond Sutra, go to read that book. But Thay always has a very skillful way to explain things that become very clear. That's why I stay with this tradition. If he's making me confused, I already ran away long time ago. But he can give us that clarity. If the teacher cannot give you a clarity, then why you have to stay here? Then why have to? -1 already. Just now 45, now 44. Maybe it started to, Diamond Sutra, okay, I leave the meeting. The Diamond Sutra, the Buddha teaches about letting go of four notions. So the four notions called Si Xiang. These are subtle mental views that create attachment to a solid self and others. So there's a discrimination between me and others. Of course, I have me, we also have others, we have you. But we want to see what is the relationship between me and you, me and all living beings. Yeah. So the first one is called the notion of a self, me. This is related to the selflessness, right? It means like I cannot be by myself. I have water inside of me. I have a rice inside of me. I have gas inside of me. I have heat, fire inside of me. You see, fire and water inside of me, they live very harmoniously, right? It's possible. The second one is the 人相. 人相means the other. The society teach us how is me, and me is me, you is you. But the society never teach that, okay, in the one level is correct, me is me, you is you. And then the Buddha's teaching, the Dharma Sutra, want to go a little bit deeper. Even is the you, but you have a connection with me. What kind of connection? Okay, let's say we are, for example, the Singaporean. Everybody in this Singaporean as a Singaporean. There's a similarity. You eat, you drink the water, you breathe the air, right? You eat the rice, I don't know from where. You drink the water from Johor Bahru. Is Malaysian here? But also they have what supply different water from somewhere else. So there's a connection between us. You have a same passport. Even though before you are a Vietnamese, now you become a Singaporean. Yeah. So this is the notion of a person. It means other persons. We slowly want to see our connection, so we don't hate each other. I think even a country level also, they cannot see the connection between our country, their country and the other country. That's why they attack other country, because they think that they are our enemy. Actually, I believe they have a lot of their mind attacking their own mind. So it's manifest, project to the outside, become a war, become a harsh speech, become a bully things. Yeah, bully physically. There are a few kind of bullying, using a speech. Sometimes they use a comment. Wow, nowadays is quite scary. And then what is our relationship with all beings, living beings? With the ants, with the otter. We went to Kallang River. We went to the garden by the bay. And then we look at the otter. Oh, so wonderful. It looked like a very big rat. Otter, correct? Otter. And then nowadays in Singapore, there's a lot of chicken everywhere. Big chicken, small chicken, running around freely. They have a lot of freedom. Nobody catch and burn them. Or have a khao chi. What is khao chi? Roast chicken. But I'm sorry, we are vegetarian. So we never think of this. Even what is our connection with the tree? What our connection with the river? You know why every time I go there and when I look at the river so clean, I always, this is the real nirvana. Very real one. I don't know how the government can keep the river so clean. They might be spend a lot of work and money, to clean it. And then also the citizen, they really pay attention, follow the rule. We don't just throw the tissue or plastic anywhere they want. Also because people afraid being fined. How much? I think few thousand Sing dollar they fine you. Last time we went there to the Kallang River, is have a very big sign saying no fishing. But there's a group of young people with the fishing rod and try to fish. But they are very unlucky. This officer came and catch them. I think, ayo, kalian, poor them. But I think the government make the rule, of course, for the sake of all citizens. So we follow is the best. But nowadays, a lot of people not following the rule. We want to cross. If the light is red, we stop there. But nowadays, a lot of people say, look left, look right, nothing, they cross. And then me and brother say, no, don't follow them. We stay put. We follow whatever is red. We follow. Nowadays, a lot in Singapore. I think if you didn't catch them, and then you'll be fined also. Because I don't want to be fined by the government. I want to be a good citizen. Even though I'm not a Singaporean, but I'm in Singapore, I have to follow. Yeah. If it's green, then we walk. Yeah. But sometimes we just pass by, not in the zebra cross. Sometimes. But most of the time we follow the rule is, I think, the best. And then there's a notion about lifespan. Yeah, you're born on this year, and how old I'm in this year, and then I got caught in this how many years. So I also have been contemplating. People say, "Oh, brother, you are very young." No, yeah, you don't know. You just look at outside. No, you're fooled by outer form. Try to guess how old I am. Oh, you are maybe 30. Oh, thank you very much for the discount. 30 already a very big discount, you know. Because sometimes there are people like, you look at outside, maybe they are quite young, but inside, internally, you don't know, huh? But do you really believe that your age is according to your birth certificate? Of course, we learn mathematics, brother. If we born on this year, and then we mean this year. But maybe you would like to contemplate again, huh? If you really, I don't, like now, I told you honestly that sometimes I don't know which day is which day and which year and which month. Sometimes I totally lost. So there's a sense of a years, a month, date or day is totally lost. So feeling like I'm not getting old or I'm being stuck somewhere, not getting old. Do you think it works like that? I don't know, huh? Because sometimes I really have to check, oh, what is the day today? Huh? Because for us, there's no difference between Monday or Sunday. It's just another day. But for you, maybe, oh, Monday again, I have to go to office to work. Huh? And then after that, after Friday, you feel like a lot of freedom. Because maybe Saturday, you got an off day, and then Sunday, you also no need to go to work. So maybe there's a lot of happiness on Saturday and Sunday, right? But for us, every day is just a happy day. Monday, okay, happy day. But you, oh, Monday again. A lot of traffic, a lot of work. I have to meet that person that I don't like. Okay, let's go. Next one. Because it's 9:30 already. Okay, maybe this one you can read later. I'll send you this the slides. Emancipation and the cessation of illusion, looking deeply into the nature of the object of our desire with mindfulness and concentration, we discover the true nature of our desire. See the root. Yeah. And then we stop chasing after it. So when I know that my desire through a certain food, yeah. So I have it, okay. I don't have it, it's also okay. Both okay. If you can, in that state, I think you can be very happy. Both are okay. We have 1 million Sing dollar, we are happy. We don't have 1 million Sing dollar, we still happy. No less than when we have 1 million Sing dollar. But when you have 1 million Sing dollar, you have a lot of suffering. You know why? You're afraid that maybe the bank will bankrupt, maybe the money will steal by somebody. So a lot of worries there. And then a lot of people want to come to you, please borrow money, I don't have money. Yeah. We look directly at our object of desire and look deeply into it. If we succeed, we will be free from it and won't look for happiness in other places, but in the here and now. The here and now. That's why the song is called Happiness is Here and Now. You don't look for happiness somewhere else. But I also have to acknowledge, partially correct, there's also happiness when we have 1 million Sing dollar. Correct, right? Because, honest, right? When we can identify the elements that have brought us suffering, we can see the way out. So the way out is in. The 15th exercise helps us to free ourselves from individuality so that we can become part of the whole universe. We become one. If you think that I'm one with the Mother Earth, then I will have the wish, the desire, the determination to protect, to save this world, but without have to yell at the government, without have to go to a strike or something. No need violence, but we need a action that is clear. Contemplating letting go, or the mere is mean the extinguish. The final breathing exercise helps us to look deeply in order to shed light. Shed light on the giving up desire and attachment, fear and anxiety, hatred and anger. Usually we think that if we let go, we will lose the thing that makes us happy. But the more we let go, the happier we become. This is the story that I love to tell us, that you can bring out a paper and see what thing you want to let go. You write it down. But it doesn't mean that we have to give up everything, you know. We have to be realistically using our logic mind also related to this. So I upload a sutra on the teaching to be given to the sick, and then please read it. You can go to the Google folder. Okay, you will see what is the relationship between when we talk about object of mind related to this sutra. So letting go does not mean abandoning one thing in order to seek something else. It means giving up every comparison, seeing that there is nothing to be removed and nothing to be added, and that the boundary between ourselves and other is not real. Maybe it's a fake one. Huh? So this is a contemplations, not to debate. Okay. It is not always necessary. This is the last. The last advice from our teacher. He said it is not always necessary to practice the 16 exercise in sequence. Not necessary means you can practice in sequence, but you also can jump. But I suggest practice in sequence first. After some time, you can practice not in sequence, not linear. Yeah, because it depends on. I also practice like this. Sometimes there's a strong emotion. I return to my body. I return to my breathing, and then I can immediately jump into my mind. What happened in my mind right now? Am I okay? There's a hatred inside of me. There's a blaming. There's an understanding or not. And then I go to check my object of mind, whether that person is really that annoying. When I ask the question, no, sometimes, he gave me something good to eat, So that person, not totally bad, Yeah. So it changed. So there's a talking, there's a dialogue inside of my head. It's kind of like a quite mindful dialogue. And then it helped me to release, letting go, release the fear, release the anger. Yeah. And then help me to see clearly. Okay? And let's see. This is already we have a guided sitting at the earlier. This is just I composed from the Blooming of a Lotus. This book. Yeah, this is a very complete book. Yeah, of a guided meditation from Plant Village tradition. Okay, thank you very much. Maybe we listen to one sound of the bell. Let's breathe together and let all the sharing, the complicatedness, the blur, unclarity to subside down. So once again, thank you very much, everybody from around the world and everywhere, and thank you for the friends who be present at the Sangha house in Singapore. Maybe we can receive one question, just one. If no question, let's go home. Or from online, if you would like to ask something, you are welcome. But frankly speaking, this object of mine is really difficult. Even I have been in this tradition for so many years. Every time when I listen to the talk, when I listen to this part, it's always like the most sleepiest moment. Because Thay talk all the things that, what is this? I try to. Now you feel that my feeling as people who listen. Good luck. I felt Thay talks very exciting. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take a 3 in breath and out breath. If no question, we can end the sessions. Thank you very much for breathing together as one body and a smile as one body. And then let's listen to 3 sounds of the bell to end our session tonight. Thank you very much.